questions on CPI? I'm sure. We'll wait and see. I will be trading this morning. Just enjoying my bagel before market opens. So that's it. So according to BLS.gov, obviously U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, you can see the schedule for releases of Consumer Price Index, right? CPI. That's what that means. Consumer Price Index is CPI. So every month, obviously, there's a release date, and the one from last month, you see it on here, if I can point it out, from April of 2024 was May 15th, which is in about 2 days. So stay tuned for that. Release time 8:30 a.m. Now looking at SPY, currently on the hour time frame, current price 522.55. It has been, I don't want to say rallying the past week, but it has been to the upside for quite consecutive days in a row. I believe it was 8. I don't want to say 8 or 9. But I would go on the daily and count. But yes, it's been pumping to the upside. So it definitely depends on how CPI is going to go. I would say in the next, by Wednesday, I think what today's the 13th, CPI is the 15th. So be careful on Wednesday in your trading, particularly because that potentially could have an impact. How significant it could be, I mean, market does what the market wants, but it's just the more information you have, the better you are informed in your trading decisions. So hope that helps. So I'm currently in a SPY put looking at 5-minute time frame. This is the area that I would like it to go to, about 521, about 520 today. I'm expecting a red day. Obviously this is still open. Trajectory still can change by 9:30, in my opinion. But yeah, this is kind of like the area that I'll be watching for the next hour. And obviously this is live because I'm currently on TradingView. I'm in a put right now for SPY, so just FYI on that. But I marked it here. You see the blue, my blue horizontal lines, 521.07 is what I marked, and then 520.02 is kind of like the numbers I'm looking at. If this continues to the downside, currently seeing like the three black crows. So it's basically, if this closes out red, you know it's going to be further continuation to the downside as we're looking for that. Now, on smaller time frames, it's more of a momentum to trade, so you got to really be careful and take your profit when you can. If you're in smaller time frames, because you're not looking at the whole picture, as in like compared to a higher time frame, right? Because a smaller time frame is more zoomed in. But we know this. We're willing to get our profit and take it and close it. So there's that. Now, I don't suggest 5-minute time frame for those that want to, not be bothered by their trades. 5-minute time frame is more for people who want to make their money and get out for the day. Is kind of how I see that. But if you don't have time to watch your trades all the time, you might be more of a swing trader and have further out. Or maybe potentially just hold shares. Holding shares is actually a lot safer. And I know people that make a lot of money with just holding the shares of certain stocks. And they do well. They do very well for themselves. So it really comes down to your mindset and how you want to approach things, right? Do you want to option trade? Do you want to swing trade? Do you want to day trade? Every style is going to be very different for each person, right? Maybe you're good at swing trading, maybe you're terrible at day trading, right? So it really comes down to that. One thing I will say is when you are in more trades, you are more open to more volatility, right? Naturally, more exposure. So there's that. If you find a couple good trades and you can make, say you're in one trade, you make $1,000 one day, and it's a wonderful execution. Another day you make $50, or another day you make, 500. I mean, it really comes down to you and how much you're looking forward to really make that month, particularly. Now, the people where people really fall short is people get really greedy, right? And greed in business, greed in trading, greed in life, I would naturally say to anyone, always has a downfall. There's always a consequence to it, right? So that's where people really fall short with situations like this. But if you're patient enough you can really go far, especially in trading. So yeah. You know, someone can ask me, what's the difference between like being very patient versus, you know, you holding in a trade too long and being greedy? And there's a fine line you have to walk, especially in trading with it, right? You have to know, okay, if this is a winner, let it run. If this is a terrible position, you're gonna get out, right? Take the short loss or take the small loss to avoid a potential huge loss, right? So it really comes down to the trader. But the only way you learn from these situations is by being in those situations. So experience failures through failures is literally how you grow, right? So not saying grow a pair, but I'm just saying